Traditionally, when you think about Boca Raton, you think about retirement, right? The older generation migrating from the Northeast down to sunny South Florida to live out their golden years. And that's awesome. South Florida will always be a destination for that. But as far as Boca Raton, it's becoming something much, much more. We'll talk about all that next. Boca Raton definitely earned its reputation nationally as a retirement destination. And over the past 2 years, that growth has accelerated dramatically, 3 times as fast as the rest of the country. But here's the catch, that growth is coming from a much younger demographic. So much so that the median age here in Boca Raton is just 48 years old now. So the question is, how did this all happen? Well, there was a lot of migration to South Florida after 2020, which many people are well aware of at this point. And many of those people were younger workers who wanted to take advantage of the remote work opportunities. And Boca was there and prepared to lure many of those newcomers with their eye-catching attractions. And it really all begins with Mizner Park. What started as a $40 million project in the late 80s has blossomed into a gorgeous hub of retail, shopping, entertainment, and living space. To give it perspective, in 1995, there were just 350 residential units within the CRA area. Now, there's more than 9 times that, and 7 times as many property owners. If you're one of those newcomers to Palm Beach County in the last 5 years or so, you've probably noticed the quality of units being delivered here in South Florida. I'm talking about luxury living in Boca Raton. If you spent any amount of time in the downtown area, I think you would agree that it's very hard to miss a lot of these upscale construction projects that are happening right now. And some of our most recent videos have featured these projects, such as the Alina, Royal Palm Residences, and the Mandarin Oriental. So feel free to go check out some of our other videos, but obviously a lot of it isn't completed just yet. But according to city officials and community developers, these luxury units aren't pulling in just the migrating flock from the Northeast and other parts of the country. They're actually drawing in homegrown Floridians, residents from other parts of Florida. And my opinion is that it's all coming together at the right time. This includes the commercial side of things too, because the younger crowds are making things more attractive for relocating businesses. More than 1,000 businesses can be found in the downtown CRA area. The amount of business space downtown is up 46% since the 90s. And then you have the Bright Line, which stops right in downtown Boca. This high-speed rail, which may one day connect the entire state of Florida, has already done that for South Florida. And that's just one more reason why Floridians may choose the Boca Raton area as their home over other parts of South Florida. Because when you live in Boca, you have easy access to the more densely populated parts of South Florida, like Fort Lauderdale and Miami, without actually having to be stuck in those areas. People came from the Northeast and other major populated areas in the United States in order to get away from all that, right? But that doesn't mean Boca Raton isn't trying to be self-sufficient. The goal isn't to make Boca Raton a hub for those other places. It's to make those other places a hub for Boca Raton. That definitely seems pretty ambitious, but it appears to be working quite well, maybe even a little too well, according to some people. The concern from some of the established Boca Raton residents is that the city just doesn't have the infrastructure to support this growth so quickly. There have even been petitions against some of these projects because of traffic concerns. And if you've lived here over the past 5 years, you would probably agree with me that congestion has absolutely increased. And that has taken away from some of the laid-back lifestyle that the retirement community came here for. So what does that mean? Does that mean the 55 and up folks looking to retire here may need to look elsewhere? Well, maybe. I can definitely speak to this. We sell a handful of homes for people in the Boca Raton community that are looking to get out of Boca Raton. They've been here for 30 years or more, and they're just not experiencing what they came here for initially, which is that low-key, laid-back Boca Raton lifestyle very close to the beach. The congestion has increased. There's been more construction. The younger generation is moving in, and they're relocating to other less congested areas in Florida and other parts of the country. The city of Boca Raton turns 100 years old in 2025, and with its continued fast-paced growth, it looks like Boca Raton is okay with paying the price of that progress.